So I recently switched over to using Google Cloud Storage over AWS S3, mainly because the upload speeds were way faster. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how you can upload a file to Google Cloud Storage and use their basically S3 version. Now we're going to be doing this on a Node.js server. So we're basically going to take an image that is uploaded from React to our Node.js server. And then on our Node.js server, we're going to upload this to our Google bucket. And then we're going to be able to view that bucket in our React website. Now this is going to be an extension of a video I made earlier showing you how to set up React and Apollo server to receive uploaded images. And so we're going to go from there. So if you don't know how to create a Node.js server that accepts files, watch that video first and I'll show you how, and I'll link that below. So the first thing that we're going to do is actually create a bucket. So the buckets on Google Cloud are where we store, basically, you can think of them as a folder, basically, is where we keep all of our files. So we're going to create a bucket here. If you go to Google Cloud and also just search storage, it'll come up in the search, create bucket there. You can give it whatever name you want. I'm going to say cool files, and I'm going to keep it multi-regional, and I'm going to keep all these defaults. The one at the bottom, you can decide whether one you want. Basically, do you want to make all your images public, or at least permissions on all your images be the same? You can pick this one. If you want to be able to say these images are public, these images are private, or give different permissions, you want bucket level permissions. So in my case, all my images are just going to be public for this particular project, so I'm going to just click the set permissions uniformly. All right, so we're going to create this bucket, and once this bucket is created, we are good to start uploading stuff to it. But we need to get some credentials from Google Cloud, so we're going to go over to the API credentials. And I already made myself a service key, but if you don't have a service key, you're going to say create credentials, service account key, and we're going to select a new service account. You can give it a name, called mine temp or something. And then for roles, I gave mine storage admin. That way I could do all the storage related operations. And then I chose a JSON file and then created it. So after that, it's going to download a file to your computer. It's going to be a .json file, and that is what we're going to use to authenticate when we make requests to Google. All right, so that is the setup on Google Cloud's console. Let's jump into the Node.js code. Okay, so this is the code that I'm basically going to start from. It's a Node.js server that I built in an earlier video. There's nothing too important about it. It's an Express server with Apollo. And the thing to note is I have one extra file here on the left, and that is this Apollo test some id.json. So that's my Google credentials. Now it's a good idea to stick this in your .gitignore. So I'm just going to get the file name of this and stick it in here. And this is not something you want other people to find because they can access your account. Now we're going to add this library to our package or our project, Google Cloud Storage. This is what we're going to use to actually make requests. So here we are going to say const acquire, and we're going to import that library. And let's close this. We're going to say storage, and here I'm going to say const Google Cloud is equal to new storage. And now you'll notice there's some things that we can pass in here as options. The way we're going to authenticate is by pointing it to our .json file. So we're going to say key file name, and we're going to say path.join, the current directory, and we're going to go up a directory, and then the name of the file, which we have right here. And then the other thing you need to supply is the project ID. You can get this inside of the .json file. You can also get it if you come over here, and it'll usually be in the URL. So project equal, and this is my Apollo test one. So I'm going to copy that and paste it here. So now to make sure that we have correctly authenticated, what we can do is we can say Google Cloud dot get buckets dot then, and we can just log the buckets that we get. So I'm going to go ahead and say yarn start and run the server, and we're going to see, well, at least if you did it correctly, you should see the name of your bucket. In my case, I can see cool files there. Otherwise, make sure the path is correct for that JSON file, and you're good to go. So here I'm going to say cool files bucket is equal to gc.bucket, and then we just say the name of our bucket, which you should get when you run this command or whatever you named it. So mine was called cool files. And now we have access to this bucket. We can do whatever we want with it. And the thing that we want to do is upload files to it. So I already have a function that basically has a file stream. And now I want to upload this file stream or this read stream, use that and upload it to Google Cloud. So how can I do that? So we're going to get rid of this pipe nonsense, or at least this create rewrite stream, because we are going to keep the pipe. And so with Google Cloud, we can actually pipe the data and upload it that way. So we can say cool files bucket dot file, and then this is where you're going to give it the file name. In our case, we're just going to give it the name of the file that we got from the user. I'm going to say create write stream. And now you can pass some parameters. The ones I've usually been using is set resumable to false. So resumable, if we hover over this, is good to set to false if you have smaller files like images or small files that are less than, I think, 10 megabytes. If you hover over this and read it, I think it'll tell you, yeah, when uploading files less than 10 megabytes is recommended that the resumable feature is disabled. So in our case, we're going to disable it. But if you have a larger file that you want to get the status of an update and do it in pieces or chunks, that is the way to go. And I'm going to set gzip to true. And now the thing about this particular one is we're going to wait for the finish command instead of close. And that is pretty much it. And then we are pushing up the file name onto the files. That way we can actually view or get the list of files that we've uploaded and view it on our front end. But let's go ahead and just start this. And now I'm going to try uploading a file to this. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to refresh, and I'm just going to go to my desktop and get some images here. And now when I upload these are going to take a second, and they're going to upload to Google Cloud, and they're going to show up here. Now I don't have the URL pointed to the right place. We're going to fix that in a second. But if we go to our storage, we should see our bucket now has a file in it. Now you'll notice that by default it is not public. Now if you want to make just a single file public, you can go here and you can edit the permissions, but since I made it so I can only set permissions across the entire bucket, I'm going to go over to permissions, and we're going to wait for that to load. I'm going to add a new member. I'm going to call this all users, and here I'm going to say view, and we're going to look for the storage object viewer. So what this does is it makes it public, the bucket, at least letting anyone view the objects in it or view the files inside of it. So now we can come over here if we want to, and we can see that it says public access. We can click on this if we want to, and it'll download the file. We can also copy the link address, and that's how we're going to access it from our front end. So files over here. Going to paste this Google Cloud storage, and we're just going to have the name of our bucket at the end here, and then the name of our file after that. And we're going to give that a save, and we'll come over here and we can see our React image we have uploaded. Can upload a view image, can upload Angular, and there we go. So that is how you can upload to Google Cloud Storage. And just a quick recap, you create the bucket on Google Cloud, you set your credentials here, and then you use the Google Cloud Storage library. We initialize the Google Cloud instance, and then we create the bucket that we want to upload to. In this case, I called it cool files. And then to actually upload the file, we have access to a file stream. In this case, Apollo server is getting us this file stream when the user uploads it, and then we are piping this read stream into a write stream from Google Cloud, specifying the name of our file here and some options here, and then when that's all done, we are just pushing the name onto an array for later use. So that's it.